All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Drew. This is Conrad and Sarah, and we are LidX. So there's a quote that says, design should change problems and fix problems like this, but the disposable coffee cup lid is one of those problems that has never been perfected. We are here to change that. So the problem is that there is a lack of splash-proof design in the current disposable lids. This problem leads to spillage, inefficiency, waste, and burns and injuries. So how big is this problem? So primary research shows over 93% of people interviewed have experienced this problem before, and 100% agree the design could be improved. So currently, to eliminate splashing, Starbucks uses over 1 billion splashings annually, which is an enormous amount of waste. And on top of these, companies are spending millions in lawsuits. So our solution is a complete redesign of the coffee cup lid that gives the user a superior coffee drinking experience. We've completely eliminated splashing by directing any liquid projectiles back into the cup. Our lid requires zero human interaction, so you simply place on the cup and enjoy your beverage.
LidX provides 3 main points of value. The first is that it increases sustainability for companies that are looking to reduce their environmental footprints by reducing the amount of plastic that they have to throw out. In addition, it also minimizes their costs, as current methods of reducing spillage cost them over $30 million per year. And finally, it also creates an increased user experience as it eliminates splashing and therefore reduces the risk of burns and injuries caused by hot coffee. Our early adopter's name is Michael. He's a manager at an innovations department in Solo. He's looking for something that's innovative and going to help reduce the environmental footprint of these disposable cups, as well as reducing the risk of liability for the companies from spills and injuries. LidX is hoping to target a business-to-business model by licensing our cup to manufacturers such as Solo or Dixie, who will then sell the cups to coffee shops such as Starbucks, Tim Hortons, or Second Cup, and our end user is going to be the day-to-day coffee drinkers at those shops.
So our unfair advantage is that our product is confirmed patentable and first to market. On top of these, we'll be bootstrapping all of our initial design costs, and we're working with a team of multidisciplinary engineers for free. So for validation and support, we've talked to engineers, investors, as well as advisors to validate our product. And one of the advisors we've spoken with is actually currently eager to bring our product to market. After talking to lawyers as well as advisors, we determined that a licensing revenue model would be optimal for our patentable product. We researched manufacturing costs for lids that are currently on the market and determined that a royalty of 1 cent per lid would be profitable for both us as well as a manufacturer.
Due to the fact that we have a licensing revenue model, most of our major costs would be patent associated, with the non-provisional patent costing around 10 grand. As for our monthly sales forecast, we have it split into 5 different phases. The first is to resolve our patent. Second would be to contact the lid manufacturer. Third would be to have order trials, then expand, and then finally finalize a licensing agreement with a major lid manufacturer. And we are here today to ask for $19,454, as well as your help to get an introduction to a lid manufacturer to help this project come to life. Thank you.
Thank you. Sure.
So I see you have prototypes there.
Correct.
Can we see how it works?
So based on the rules of the pitch, we
Oh.
didn't show a demonstration in the first pitch.
Okay.
And so we aren't actually allowed, but I would be definitely happy to show you how any of them work after the pitch. I mean, you can take a look. I could hand them off to you guys if you want to take a look at them. Was that something you'd want to look at? I could hand them to you. You could look, but I just mean I can't actually demonstrate on the stage.
Okay. Then I'll
No?
look after. I
Sure,
Thank
okay.
you.
Does it work? Like, that's a burning question.
Yeah,
Does it work?
100%. No, it works. It works very well. So right now with these, because they are prototypes and they're printed using a 3D printer, they are a little bit different than how the actual cups would be, or the lids would be manufactured. So currently in industry, they're using thermoforming. So they take a large polyvinyl sheet and they stretch it over a vacuum press, which is into a mold. And so these ones are a little bit different because you have to print with thick PLA in order to make these. But they do work. They do work very well. I think the one that we have here is actually like 95% effective, and they work to the point where you don't get any splashes unless you really hammer on the cup. So very effective for sure, yeah.
So I'll ask the question a different way. How does it work?
Yeah, so basically what you do is, to give you some background, I'm taking chemical engineering, and I actually had to apply fluid dynamics for one of the classes that I'm taking to understand how the fluid was actually exiting the cup. And so I applied those principles to make a lid, and it uses unique geometric arrangements, but they're all on a one-dimensional plane in order so it's able to be pressed into shape. And so basically how it works is it just blocks any direct channel that the fluid has to exit the lid, if that kind of makes sense. And then it's just basically turned off. Oh, it just basically means that the fluid won't exit the lid when you're splashing it, like turbulent motion, but it will when you do like a laminar flow when you're pouring.
So would this prevent you from spilling it down the front or not?
Well, yeah, so I mean, when you want to drink the beverage, right? I mean, that's the motion that you're going to be doing. But it's just basically like, if you have the beverage, if you're driving with it, or if you're walking with it, and you know the motion where you're shaking, and as we showed in slide number 2, I mean, there's a lot of liquid that comes out of the cup. And what Starbucks is using right now is splash sticks, right? So these green, and they put them in the cup, and I mean, they're wasting billions of these every single year. And with our product, we just completely eliminate that. So it just eliminates the splashing that's caused from turbulent motion. So anybody that's shaking their cup or walking with it, or shaking up and down while they're walking, or driving, if you go over a speed bump and you don't have a splash stick in, all the coffee comes out of the cup, of the little exit. Yeah.
So I can appreciate that. I've had spills lots, right? When you're wearing white and
Yeah.
you don't always look in on your shirt.
Sure.
I love the sustainability component of this as well.
Right.
But just wondering and looking at this product versus, let's say, people buying a Starbucks cup that has those lids on it, those seem pretty fail-safe as well. Did you kind of market research that or look at, whether somebody would be more apt to buy just a lid or a full cup?
Right, so basically what we're trying to do is we're aiming to take our product to the manufacturer. So it would be a disposable lid. Like, so
Okay.
it'd be similar to the Solo Traveler lid, the white one that you see on your Starbucks beverages, that's not a Traveler, but on every Starbucks beverage, they haven't been redesigned in 40 years approximately, so there's been nothing on the market. They've been using that same design for over 40 years. And so we're aiming for a disposable lid. So it would be manufactured using a very similar process, but it would just be a completely different design that would eliminate splashing. But it would be a disposable lid, yeah. It wouldn't be the reusable ones, yeah.
Yeah, so how would you address the move towards plastic bans?
Right, I've had a lot of questions, but what we're trying to do is sell it as we're using a licensing revenue model. So if Starbucks wants to implement a different material to manufacture the lids, then they can do that, right? So they just have to contact the manufacturer. What we're doing is we're selling the design to the manufacturer for a royalty fee. So now that the manufacturer can now produce our product and pay us a royalty, and now they can have this design and they can sell it to Starbucks. But if Starbucks if they did want to switch to something that was maybe biodegradable or anything like that, they could do that. But I mean, that wouldn't really have anything to do with our design.